Welcome to the 2020 APTA National Championships, presented by our local sponsor, BTIG, and APTA national sponsors, Viking and Uline. We are live from the Country Club of Darien in Connecticut on the APTA network, presented by eNet Live. I'm Lauren Mandel, along with Brad Easterbrook, and we're bringing you this women's quarterfinal match between the number 1 seeds, Annika Cooper and Florentina Hanisch, and the number 5 seeds, Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora. Brad, you want to show us who everybody is?
Well, thank you, Lauren. And it's a beautiful day here out at the Country Club. So on our closest to the bottom of the screen here, on the right-hand side of the screen, in the light blue jacket is Florentina Hanisch and her partner with the hat on and the big pom-pom on top and the black vest is Annika Cooper. And on the far side, we have Charlotte Sikora in the deuce court and her partner Allison Morgan. And all of these players, actually 3 of them are teaching professionals. Annika Cooper is not.
Okay.
Look forward to a great match here. Cooper and Hanisch have come on really strong of late, Lauren. And Morgan and Sikora have had a great first year together. So how do you see this match?
They really have. I agree. I mean, just from the first time Morgan and Sikora played together at the Lake Invitational in the fall to now, it's just a world of difference. And it's been so nice to watch. And like you said, Cooper's come back from an injury. And it was unclear how or well she'd be able to play this season, but she and Hanisch have won the last 2 tournaments, so they're really on a roll. And it'll be interesting to see how Morgan and Sikora can handle the very consistent, deliberate play of Cooper and Hanisch.
All right, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Why don't we take a look at the draw and see how these players got there? You know, you were talking before, all 8 of the top seeds are in to the women's quarterfinals. It's not unheard of. Usually you might see an upset, but some of the matches went, pretty routinely. You were talking before, Delmonico and Gebbia lost maybe a
one
couple
game
of games
in 4 matches.
In 4 matches, so they've been driving through the draw. Cooper and Hanisch have a little tougher road, but pretty much unscathed, lost no sets, and same for Morgan and Sikora, correct?
Correct.
And so it's not going to be a fitness issue. There's nothing out there like that. Certainly we have some elements today. We have wind, heavy sun. Sun's off to the side. You can see the shadows going straight across the court. And I don't think it'll be a factor at all. Wind definitely will be a factor. It is breezy out there, really, really breezy. You'll see in the background, a lot of things blowing around. The biggest thing, I think, for Morgan and Sikora, we saw them last in Philadelphia, Lauren. And Sikora and Morgan, they're still kind of a work in progress. The pieces fit nicely together. Morgan's super fast, super athletic. And, both players are very good volleyers, Morgan and Sikora. They do good position volleying at the net. And Sikora's can strike the ball off both sides very well. Morgan more so on the forehand, and she's more looking for the high to low forehand drive where she fouls it up with a blitz. Sikora really can thump it off both sides. I'd say her backhand's better, but forehand she hits well transitionally too. But they're still trying to figure it out, and they've struggled against some teams who keep a ton of balls in play. And when Cooper and Hanisch have been on recently, they've just stopped missing and started getting up to the net in position, and they're just great volleyers and great blitzers in their own right. And is there a team that works better moving from different formats, going from like 1 up, 1 back to blitzing forward to both at the net? I don't think there is, right?
No, and they think, Cooper and Hanisch think about and talk about strategy all the time, and they're very willing to adjust and to change their game plan. If the 1 up, 1 back's not working, they'll go to something else.
Yeah, I think things to look for today, as always, is how people handle the blitz. Cooper and Hanisch are very good blitzers. Like one of Cooper's signature moves is she stands just inside that service line, her paddle up. As the serve comes in the box, she starts moving forward right away. She hits her forehand on a full forward move run. She doesn't even hit it hard. She just hits the ball down into the court and follows it right up. And she's tall and rangy and also a very good volleyer. I think, they're going to have to handle that. And I think actually hitting a lower, slower serve to her and getting in quicker would be the right play. But some people have really, really struggled with that play, and it can work well for them.
It's hard, but, as someone who's played against her often, but she's hitting that return to serve, and she's, as you said, almost all the way at the service line already, and so
she's
you're volleying up.
already moving. You're going into your motion,
Right.
and she's
Yeah.
going into her forward run.
And her wingspan is so big at the net, you can't. Now you're volleying up, and there's nowhere to put that ball, and she's all over you, and it's very intimidating.
Yeah, you should ask her to stop it. Hey, would you mind not doing that? It's bothering me. It's causing me to lose points and giving me stress.
Yes.
No, but it's a great play for them, and how teams deal with that is a big deal. I also think Cooper and Hanisch,
from Bedford Corners,
Oh.
New York,
here we go.
Monica Cooper. Her partner from Stamford, Connecticut, Florentina Hanisch. On my right, from Lake Bluff, Illinois, Allison Morgan. Her partner from Chesterbrook, Pennsylvania, Charlotte Sikora. Morgan Sikora won the toss and has elected to receive.
Now, it's funny that he says that, but the players actually aren't on their sides yet. The women always practice a little differently than the men. They always serve from the side they think they're going to be serving on, and to the other part. The men are just always on the same side together when they play. I believe he said they're going to receive Morgan and Sikora,
They did.
right?
He
so
did.
they won the toss. They elected to receive. And what I was about to say before was Cooper and Hanisch have done just a spectacular job mixing their lobs up and creating space to drive the ball in their last few matches. They've done a great job of looking for, like, lobbing one player quickly to that side. When that guy's back, they either take a quick drive at him or they lob the other player, and they're creating movement from their opponents at the net. And we all know that's kind of like a great paddle 101, but they're doing it really, really well. We'll see if the wind has any factor on that.
And I'm interested to see how the wind really affects the lobs today. I mean, I think it's going to have a big effect.
Yeah, certainly being able to deal with it is a crucial part of it. These guys are all very experienced players, but there's no question the elements are going to be part of it today. We don't really have anything that's blowing in the wind. Everybody did such a good job putting up all those banners. They're not flapping around, but if you could see something, it is extremely windy. I know for us in the booth, I mean,
we're hoping we're
hoping
still
this
in the
thing is
booth.
windproof to at least 45 mile per hour gusts. Otherwise, we might come toppling down in our scaffolding here, in our makeshift booth. In which case, Lauren, I will definitely save you, and I will go down with the ship. I'm going to come right out with that right now. Whether or not, I'm just hoping it doesn't happen because, But
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah. So you got that going for you. And so
right.
I think the players are ready to get going here on this incredible morning. I mean, we're basically going to be broadcasting all day. So anytime
and a lot of
you
the night.
want,
Yeah.
turn that, live stream on. We're going to be on all day.
And there's two courts, and next to us is the number 2 seeds, Andrekova and Zabori, against Macy Elliott and Marcela Radesno. So that's also being streamed right now, and the other 2 quarterfinals are going on as well.
Yeah, and we'll try to get you scores from all those matches throughout. We got roving reporters out there, and it's going to be an incredible day out here.
Yeah, I mean, in a few hours, these stands are going to be packed with spectators.
Oh, and there's going to be an amazing barbecue later. They really have done just a spectacular job here at the Country Club of Darien. All the volunteers, Jackie Cameron, Carl Levinat, and just working Tierna Cavana, just nonstop. As I was driving in, I saw Tierna Cavana actually jogging down the road, taking care of something. I thought first she was just going for a jog, but
getting a
really
little.
no, she was going for I have to take care of something type of job. And it's a lot of moving parts and incredible volunteers out here too.
Okay, here we go. Florentina Hanisch is going to start serving.
Yep.
She's definitely the more consistent server of the two.
She has one of the better serves, I think, on the women's tour. We all know Cooper has struggles with her serve and some injuries too, which probably bleed into it. But it's definitely something that can go off for her. And she frequently just will not serve and volley anyway. She prefers the play of staying back, letting her partner try to cut off the ball while she hits the drive if it does go behind.
And they often catch
Florentina
people in
Hanisch.
transition like that. It's a great play for them.
It works really
Yeah.
well. Yeah, instead of becoming the serve and volley, you become more the returner that way. Now here's seeing a look here. Alison Morgan, for most of the season, has been playing the deuce court.
Yep.
And Sikora has been on the
15
ad.
love.
And they're switching it up here. And I love the look because Morgan can sneak up the side wire, look for those high forehands. And they have a great backhand. You know, Sikora's got a great backhand.
And there you see it.
As she missed the first one, she crushed that one right into the corner. Oh, I think she lost it as she twisted around in the
15
sun a little
all.
bit. Great overhook, though, right at the crease, right at the neck. Now, I did not get to see Morgan and Sikora's first couple of
30,
matches
15.
yesterday. Did they play this way yesterday as well?
I didn't see them.
So I'm curious to say if they just pulled this out, this format for the match, or they decided this tournament as they're going in through a little practice, this is what they're going to do.
40-15.
So a couple of loose points, as we often get actually in the first couple of games as you feel it out.
Okay.
Game, Cooper Hanisch.
Solid
Lead the
service
first
game
set,
from
1
Hanisch.
game to
Yeah,
love.
put every serve in the box,
Yeah.
and you know, just a couple of misses there from Sikora and Morgan.
Charlotte Sikora also has a very good serve.
Yeah, she does.
And that's the play they want to avoid. Don't give
Love
Cooper
15.
the ability to hit a backhand drive inside the
Inside
court.
the court, yep. You got to keep that ball away. And she should, honestly, you know, in terms of just the paddle 101 stuff, you want to volley the ball basically straight back.
Right.
She sort of shifted directions on that. Then they got caught in a shift while Cooper's driving. And makes
It's
it
not a
harder
winning
to volley.
play.
Yeah. It's hard to consistently win doing that. And if you can, it's impressive, but it really is tough.
$15 all.
Now, in terms of placing the overheads for Morgan and Sikora, there are spots you want to avoid. You know, you could pretty much hit it to the
30,
Hanisch
50.
backhand all day. You know, she won't miss. She'll lob every one of them. You got to be careful with the high forehands to Hanisch and the high backhands to Cooper.
You also have to make sure, because that is the safe spot in the middle to Hanisch's backhand. If you miss it
30 all.
and hit it over to Cooper a little bit and it's high, she'll
sneak
swoop
over
down
and
on
whack
it.
Yep. She just whacked that high return.
Yep.
Really good one there. Great lob.
She's an excellent lobber.
Yeah, they've gone back to just doing incredible basics really, really well. And you combine that with their great volleying and athleticism, it just makes them so hard to beat. You know, it's
30,
hard to
40.
win the points. Where they've struggled is when they've done too much, or, you know, and then they start making a few errors, giving a few points away, then they start thinking about it. See, they're the toughest team just to beat.
Game, Cooper Hanisch. They lead the first set, 2 games to love.
Yeah, they're going to have to tighten up Morgan Sikora.
Yeah, they're making some errors. It'll also be interesting to see, Brad, if this match goes poorly for them, if they switch back to the opposite sides.
I like this look right now. I mean, they just have to figure out. Well, not figure anything out. They just have to play better. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a great
yeah,
move.
yeah,
and
good
missed
move.
volleys. She
15
missed.
love.
Sikora's missed three volleys here that are, I would expect her to make as the match goes on. And if she doesn't, you know, quite frankly, I don't think they're going to last that long. Oh, what a serve from Cooper. We're
30
talking about
love.
Hanisch, but she just powered that right at the crease and got the ace. That's awesome. Now, we should also mention, we talked about our other matches, Lauren. You will hear a lot of big cheers from the other court where Macy Elliott is one of the professionals here at the Country Club at Darien. So she's got huge hometown support and is pretty much a new player in the last year and a half and done incredible things here with Marcella Redesno. So
yeah, in addition to to Morgan and Sikora coming onto the scene this year, Macy Elliott Marcella Redesno has been an established, very good player for a long time, but Macy Elliott's been another really shining newcomer on the scene.
Yeah, terrific. It's like everything else. She was so solid a couple of times. She had a great win earlier in the year. They beat Flor Hanisch and Jessica Guillot in Chicago. And basically, they've marched on from then, really, at a good Long Island. They've been just doing really well.
They were excellent in Philly. They really played well.
Yeah, they beat Zabori and Andreikova, right?
And they
2
played
and 5.
flawlessly.
Yeah,
flawlessly.
Just didn't miss.
Okay, so a missed serve from Cooper to make it deuce. Oh. That's what happens when you switch sides. You're not used to it.
I guess, yeah. Well, it is interesting because they're both, she's looking to hit backhands and, Morgan's looking to hit forehands. So a lot of that stuff I think can be worked out with, if you're lobbing it here, you should be shifting and moving along the baseline a certain direction. The play will drift you somewhere. If you're both milling around the middle, it will get tough. She's just playing that from under the net while Cooper's just standing right on top.
They lead the first set, 3 games to love.
It's just a great start.
They look good. Cooper's serve looks good. All the things that sometimes trouble them, they just look solid as a rock.
Yep. And right now, sort of Morgan Sikora, they just have to start getting their feet underneath them. They're giving them too many. Cooper and Hanisch are earning some too, but a few too many gifts right now. They're just going to have to tighten it up.
They got to make the points longer, I think.
Make it tough on them. Yeah. They're going to have to play points longer and look for the spots. And there's a little bit of confusion right now with what they're trying to do out there against these guys. Oh, speaking of the other court, I just saw Zabor, who's got just a thunder forehand, tee it up and basically plug Marcella Redesno at the net. It's a good play. A lot of people take exception to it.
No.
But if a weak serve comes in there and you want to drill it at the net man, at this level, all these players, I don't think anyone would say boo.
No. That's look, if you're afraid of it, stay back.
Yep.
That's the play.
The only thing people would take a little bit of exception is if you are going up around the head area. But it's tricky. You're right. And if it can't handle it, you can stay back. It's one of the options and one of the things. We talk about this a lot. Every team should have 4 or 5 different service strategies that they can pull out at any time.
And
even club players.
The taboo around staying back on your serve is I think, diminishing because it's a good play and people return too well. You have to change the look.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think the taboo is mostly gone, but it certainly is at the highest level.
Yeah.
It still exists somewhere down there. I think that was right on the corner. Great shot.
15, love.
Sikora does that. She's got this surprise backhand. She'll hit it from almost a little deeper in the court, and you're like, I want her to hit it, but then it goes in. Great shot. Yeah, they just can't make those errors. And she knows.
Yeah, she's pointing at her head.
Right, like, what? Great spot drive there. She went right
15,
down the line.
30.
You could see Sikora was reaching, and whenever you have to reach for a volley, it's going to be trouble.
Cooper Hanisch, too, always bouncing on their feet. lob. I mean, every facet of the game so far for Cooper Hanisch has been spot on.
Yep.
You know, Morgan Sikora, not so. They're going to. I assume they're going to play better as this match goes on, and it's going to tighten up and get interesting. But they're just, playing flawlessly. They're giving them nothing, and that, of course, is step one.
I think they can't figure out how they're going to win a point. I mean, yeah, they won the point when Sikora hit a backhand winner from 2 feet behind the baseline, but you're not going to...
long term.
Yeah.
Let's take more balls from 2 feet behind the baseline and try. It's not a long-term strategy. It's a one-time win.
They're talking it over, though. They're smart players, and they're going to try to figure it out.
There's a miss, but I like how
30,
she's
40.
spotting that ball. She's really going after her. And that is just a clean, I love Hanisch's forehand. It's a clean, pretty flat ball.
Flat.
Very little
Flat.
spin. Yep. And that's kind of the cool thing about the way they do it too, Cooper and Hanisch. You got Hanisch hitting these flat balls and Cooper sort of dipping these balls.
Cooper's are pretty flat, too, but she's coming down on them. So they dip.
Ooh. Look at that spotted lob. See, she drove the one at Sikora's. That brings Sikora, you're right there. She quick lobs Morgan when she's on top of the net. Just really nice.
But good positioning at the net for Morgan Sikora. They made a lot of balls, and they've drawn a couple errors, and it's deuce. That's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, they can't afford the giveaways. Yeah, Cooper and Hanisch are just too good. You cannot, you have to play, you might have to play 15, 20, 30 good shots to get them to miss a ball. And they rarely overplay, especially now, since they've been really, since they won the last 2 tournaments. Oof.
That's...
Switching the play there again,
Advantage,
trying to
Cooper
force
Hanisch.
a ball in there.
And there's no room there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, point for 4-love. Back to deuce.
Deuce.
See if Hanisch tries that shot at Sikora again.
Yeah, she's gone down that line.
There she is.
That time she went off her
Yeah.
right hip instead of left. I love how she did
Because
that.
Sikora was finally leaning to the left.
Beautifully done. See, it's funny because you have to watch these things in succession, Lauren, and pay attention. That is just masterful. But she's driving. They're not off the net. The lob's not
Advantage,
good
Cooper
enough.
Hanisch.
She's trying to hit a perfect dipper while while Cooper's right there. So it's just that window is so tiny. Yeah, we can feel that wind. You can't get an appreciation really for it. You can hear it a little bit in our mic from the umpire, but not much. It is windy. You can see the awnings in the back on our little booths way back behind the courts just blowing. Great dunk.
Great. Well, they made that game
Cooper
longer.
Hanisch. They lead the
start.
first set 4 games to love.
It's a start. And look, they just got to get it. We've all seen it before, right? I mean, I'm sure you've been there. I definitely have, where I've been down 4-love. I've won even 6 games, lost a set 6-love. And then you get into that next set, you get your first game. Then all of a sudden, things, the pressure relieves. You let it go. You move on to the next game. And maybe they did play a flawless set, and then all of a sudden they may make an error or two.
Well, conversely, when you win a set 6-love against a good team, which Sikora and Morgan are, it's hard to sustain it because you lose a game and you're like, okay, well, now I'm not, you're not cruising along
not
all of a sudden.
Anymore, right? Yeah.
It's not unusual to see someone win a set 6-0 and then lose the next set.
Interesting to see Sikora go to that chip forehand return. I haven't really seen that
Love
from her.
15.
Every one of those overheads, watch where they land. None of them go inside the service box unless they're trying to do something like attack the side screens. And she made a quick switch there.
15
Score
all.
wasn't ready.
I think it looks to me like Hanisch and Cooper also talked about I think Morgan and Sikora do well when people try to hit really hard rollers and they get to move and switch, and Morgan gets to run up, and they draw a lot of momentum from that, and it doesn't look to me like they're going to play that game with them at all.
I'd actually like to see Morgan and Sikora do some switching in the backcourt. Start this way, switch it around the other way. That time Morgan was able to cut off the ball. Got Cooper trying to hit an offensive volley, missed it. So they know, this is where Cooper and Hanisch have done so well right now. They know right now if you try to drive that ball with their hands, if that ball's deep in the court, see, I don't know why she's running in there.
They're just waiting to do that. That's the play. They're going to get Charlotte leaning over and get her in the side screen every time.
But I don't know why she moved forward there. There really wasn't anything. It wasn't a good enough lob. She had complete control of the overhead. She sees the move, just pops it behind her, and then lost a little control. They're going to have to be comfortable playing longer points and be willing to match up here with Cooper and Hanisch.
And then that's a hard volley in transition. That's what Cooper and Hanisch want you to
30.
do.
And Hanisch really is. She's one of those few players. That's a great hold. 5-love now.
Game, Cooper,
and
Hanisch.
they even got a
They
couple
lead
of
the
errors
first
there,
set,
Morgan and
5
Sikora. But
games
Hanisch,
to
to
love.
me, is one of those players who's truly a little bit threatening at the net. Meaning when she stands there, a la like, a Wanarai on the men's side or a Johan Durant or somebody, you feel pressure to hit a much better shot than you have
And
to
now
because
she
her
has
hands
that-
are so good.
She has that cut drop shot now.
Yep. Love to see it. She doesn't need it right now.
She used it to amazing effect in Philly. She made every single one outright winner. I was
great.
super impressed.
Yeah, but she is threatening. She'll stand in. Cooper will go back, and there's two things. She has such confidence in Cooper's ability to drive the ball and keep it relatively low, and she has such confidence in her own volleys that it does put a ton of pressure when the other team tries to transition in, and they win more points like that than any other team. That's a great way to get down by Sikora. Hanisch is feeling it. She pulled the trigger on that backhand. You don't always see that. Crushed it right by Allison Morgan.
So this is going to be the play. They're going to play to the ag court, and then, as soon as they see Sikora
Love
sneak
15.
over a little bit, they're going to slide it
behind
into
her,
the deuce side.
So it's ball, 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 quick play. Ball, 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 quick play. And at this point, you've seen Sikora, and this is the
Love,
tricky
30.
part of it. She really has more of a Western type forehand, and right now she's hitting a lot of like chip forehands. Morgan does not. She's, you know, and when they sling it over there, she's been trying to hit him with a, you know, continental grip. I don't know that she has it yet. You know, she's better at lobbing, setting up, and then going. Oh, that's just good.
Too good.
I mean, that's just good.
Yep.
Great
Love
volleys,
40.
great hands.
Okay, 5 love, 40 love.
They are just flawless right now. That's why Morgan Sikora just try to play a couple of really long points. Just slow down the machine. And there it is, game and first set, 6 love by Cooper Hanisch.
Game, Cooper
Incredible. I
Hanisch.
think they made
They
maybe
win the
2
first set,
errors
6
the
games
entire
to love.
time. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back right after these messages right here on the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live.
We don't usually have. Okay, we're back. Here we
That
are.
was a complete lie by me.
Brad's making stuff up.
That was actually the break. I took a break.
Hanisch to serve. Okay. Well, I think that Morgan and Sikora need a little break here. They need to regroup. I mean,
I think we're okay.
Yeah, I was just, that's what I was calling for, a break for Morgan and Sikora. Take a few minutes, guys. That was just a masterful performance by Cooper Hanisch.
Yeah.
You know, Morgan and Sikora can feel good about that. They're going to have to assume their level might come down, but Morgan and Sikora also didn't help themselves.
and look, they're switching sides.
Yep, switching right back here. I mean, because they were able to find that spot, like you said, where they were dumping the ball in, you know, to Morgan, and then they'd quick shoot it over there, and Sikora wasn't able to get her forehand grip around and look for those. And when she did try to make a move, she got caught. All right, so it's incredible play.
That's a nice dipping return. That's what Allison Morgan
Love,
does best.
15.
Yeah, she can. If she gets that going,
It's a little bit like Cooper's forehand. It's
Yeah.
flat, you know, with an Eastern grip, and they just come down. And that one's out.
15 all.
good duck from Cooper.
Foot fault.
What fault call?
Foot fault. Your front toe.
Front toe. That to me is probably just a mental issue. Probably just
15,
right up
30.
to the line and maybe slightly moved it, but she's not known to be a foot faulter. But all the players are warned before the match. They all know foot faults will be called. And when you're kind of rolling the way Cooper and Hanisch, she probably just went up to the line, didn't even think about it. Maybe had her foot on the line to start. Ooh. Wow, she's sticking
some
those
backhands.
backhands too. Love it. See, but they're hitting it hard and down. They might want to put a little air on the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're kind of going hard and down, and these overheads are moving quick.
Yeah, don't give them the pace to work with. Oh,
Right.
Okay.
Smart play to
15,
step back
40.
there from Allison Morgan.
2 game points for Sikora and Morgan to get on the board here.
No, I think it's 15-30,
Oh.
actually.
Yeah. No, it's not.
40.
No, it's
15-40?
15-40. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're just lining up wrong?
Yeah.
I had it wrong. You had it right.
Yeah.
There we go. A couple of good returns. Only one missed return this game. Great cut to the middle. They're moving Sikora around. That's great play, though. Every
30,
single
40.
ball, Sikora had to move somewhere to get the next one. And she basically whiffed the last one because she was so, not balanced. just got to get a game. There
There
it
you go.
is.
I like them better with Sikora
And
on the
Morgan
ad. At least they
Sikora.
have some real
They lead
offense
the
over
first-
there.
The second set,
Yeah,
one game
I
to
mean,
love.
that's how they've been playing on the
Yeah.
year.
Hanisch
Maybe they just
won the
decided
first set, 6
we'll give them a
games to
different
love.
look, see what happens. What do we have to lose? You know, against a really, really strong team. And Cooper and Hanisch were clearly up to the task in the first set, but finally Morgan Sikora break the bank, and it's 1-love in the second set.
There's that same. Oh, Sikora handled that one well.
Good job, yep. I do a little turnaround, but really nice. See, I'd rather Sikora take that
Me
ball
too.
and
Me
hit the
too.
backhand. They're also just doing a good job keeping the ball just deep enough. See, Allison Morgan is best when she's able to move forward, hit it down, and then follow behind it. But if the ball's deep, she can't.
I thought that was a good move by
Love
Sikora.
15.
Yeah, I mean, she's missed a few transition volleys. I
Mhm.
mean, you know, just decent move with a lack of execution. I like how they both did the side kind of ponytail thing. Not ponytails,
Braids.
they're
We
braids.
call those braids.
Yeah, sorry.
Love
It's getting
30.
there. You got to give me a moment.
Yes.
I like the side braids, though, if we're going to talk about hair. and
It's a good
hairdos.
look.
Digging them. And I dig, you know, in the court, people, Macy Elliott plays with those giant hoop earrings on.
Yeah.
I love it.
I always worry that she's going to rip her ears. Like, I would catch it on my arm, but she does it well.
Oof.
Barely. Oh,
Oh, called out.
Correction, ball was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, from our vantage point, which isn't perfect,
15,
looked in.
30.
it looked like
So,
it caught.
good
Yeah.
overrule there from the umpire, and decisive, which is
Decisive.
important. Ooh, too bad.
15, 40.
Four all in the first set with Rodesno and Elliott against Andrakova Zabori.
Yeah, one of the things that they do so well,
Game, Cooper
Rodesno,
Hanisch.
they have the
Second
ability to
set
sort
is
of
tied
dial it back
1-all.
and play error-free for a while, and it's just so valuable at any level. All right, good. Morgan and Sikora taking a little moment, trying to work their way, figure their way through this. Whatever they said, it worked.
Love 15.
See, there they go again. They're trying to find, they're going deep and soft into Morgan. And then they'll probably do the same thing, see if they can sneak it behind Sikora again. There it goes. The thing that's a little better from on this look is I think it's it's easier for Charlotte Sikora to cut off her backhand side
Yes.
into that side wire, I think, than it was for her to do it on her forehand.
But clearly,
15 all.
Cooper and Hanisch know that they're going to get their errors more from Sikora, and they're waiting and to the right time to try to draw it.
All right, so we got a few scores in. Some of these matches are just underway. Okay, yeah. So it looks like Delmonico and Gebbia are up Prop and Spiz are up 2-1 on
30-15.
Delmonico and Gebbia. And Dardis and Shea just underway with Gio and Molenveld, and they won the first game up 1-0.
All right. Okay, another misserve from Cooper.
30-all.
So Delmonico and Gebbia have lost more games right now to Prop and Spiz than they have the entire tournament so far. Yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. Prop and Spiz. The heavy Spiz forehand. A couple of faults now from Cooper. Yeah.
30,
a trio
40.
of faults, yeah.
3 in this game.
Yep. She is going after it, though.
I like, she really has, well, now she's not, but
yeah.
She has a really good serve. I like it when she goes after it, but I understand when you start missing it, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, but you would think it's sort of like that thing, like it's not a technical problem, really. It's not. It's a mental issue for her. And we've seen it in other games like baseball, you know, basically like an all-star player like Chuck Knockley. Like you couldn't throw it to from second base to first base anymore, and it becomes a mental thing.
Don't you think all serve problems basically become mental issues? Like you don't suddenly...
Well, there are technical problems, but at her level and what she's doing, it's not really a technical thing for sure. It's a mental thing for her. So I think it goes...
Crowd is very excited over there, Elliot and Rodesno.
I have to assume that they won that to go up 5-4.
Yeah.
And they're going to be now trying to break
spot.
for the set. Oh, we got a new update
Sikora.
from Prop and Spiz. They're up 5-2 now in the second set.
First set.
First set, sorry. And Guillaume Molenveld against Ardèche is 2-all.
Thank you.
We'll keep those coming as it goes along.
Okay, so Morgan and Sikora took that game with a little help, a lot of help.
Yeah, 3 faults, not easy to hold.
No.
And the one thing that we saw after that was she put the 3 faults in, then she went to the soft serve. Now we'll have to see in the next service game, because we've seen it before, actually, where Cooper loses all her confidence and even has times struggled just pushing it in the box. And it's one of the unique things that happens, because they were basically flawless in the first set. I mean, they missed a ball or two, but, always the right shot, just excellent execution.
People always say, if you're struggling with your serve, just push it in. It's not so easy to push it in when you've lost your confidence.
Struggle pushing it in after that.
Love 15. All.
Yeah, this is the time for Morgan and Sikora to realize, hey, it's kind of now we've really got to step it up. We've had a little crack in the Cooper Hanisch armor. Let's see if we can give them nothing, put the pressure back on them. The thing that I think they're struggling with right now, they'll take that error right now, and this is great because they're getting a few from Cooper Hanisch. I still think they don't know where they want to play the ball. They're pushing in. They're Hanisch has been hitting the forehand and the backhand, and they're going to have to find a spot, even if it's just pushing it deep every time and keeping them back until they get make an error, try to force something too much, even if it has outweighting, which isn't that easy necessarily.
Well, that's how they're winning their points. They're predominantly winning their points on just random errors.
Right. So if that's how you do it, get ready for the grind. Buckle in. Give them nothing to hit. Don't let them blitz forward on you. They've won points that way. Keep the ball deep. Oh, that's a great volley. Called out?
It was out. I thought it was out.
It was out? All right.
30 all. 40,
Just a
30.
deep, soft overhead.
Yep. Oh boy. There we
Nice.
go again.
Nice to watch Morgan volley. She stays so still.
I love watching
Yeah.
Allison Morgan volley. I think she's a
Team
great
Morgan Sikora.
position volleyer.
They
She's
lead the
so
second
solid
set,
with her
3
paddle.
games to
She
1.
gets her body behind it. Got really, really good technique. That was a great, great hold.
And it's like we said, you win that set 6-0 and you can, it just happens so often that you can't sustain it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the 3 faults from
15
Yeah.
Cooper
Yeah.
in the game before, and now we're seeing a couple lob errors. I mean, there were 2 lob errors in that last game. We didn't see any in the first set, but they come in these batches, you know, and that's where they have to say But this is what they can't do.
Right.
They have to now become
30
you know,
love.
They have to
super,
become
super solid. Right.
error-free
They can't
predominantly
become
now.
error-free here if they really want to take this, because you know, I don't think Cooper and Hanisch make a few errors now. What a shot. Oh, just beautiful.
30,
Cooper,
15.
who has great hands, could not figure out how to play that volley. Went up right about by her, over her right shoulder. That was just a great drive from Allison Morgan. She one-timed it so early, too, that it was just boom.
She Coopered Cooper.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people think you need to swing really hard. You really don't. You need to time the ball early, catch it on the rise a lot of times with the returns.
And that's why this sidearm serve is getting popular, because it's hard to take the ball on the rise when people hit a sidearm.
Doesn't rise as
Doesn't
much,
rise.
right? Great opportunity,
40,
great
15.
look. 40-15.
I don't think
Or is
so.
it 30 all?
30 all. Is it? No, that's not right.
We'll see.
Well, it's definitely not 15-40.
Yes. It's definitely not 15-40.
No, too far.
Yep, she overplayed it.
40, 30.
All right, so it's 40-30. Just got to switch our scores there on the scorecard. Cooper Hanisch up 40-30 in this game. Called long.
Deuce.
Deuce, great dipping return there. I think they're going to go for the blitz. Nope. Oh, I love it.
Again,
Right
same
at her
return.
again. And Cooper's ducking him, but they're just too good.
Morgan Sikora.
Yeah, Hanisch was nowhere near that.
Well, it's a different play because Hanisch serves in volleys.
Yeah.
Cooper serves
Yeah.
and stays back.
Yeah.
Very easy for Hanisch
Yeah.
to let a ball go, but
Yeah, yeah.
Cooper. I mean, they're basically right at Cooper. She's letting him go, but she's obviously going to have to play those. Not that they're easy to play because they're really, really good drives. Deuce.
Deuce.
Do you like that move?
I mean, I was surprised that Cooper saw her and hit her to the volley. I thought she was going to hit it away from her, but she challenged her, and Sikora missed it. I don't like the move because I think she's coming in a little bit on a wing and a prayer.
Okay. I kind of agree with that. I think it's not
Advantage,
necessarily
Cooper
a
Hanisch.
bad move to blitz per se. Just don't know that the hand battles overall are going to be the
Yeah.
best way for them to win either. That's great. Good dig. Beautifully done, but out. She was right there.
Deuce.
Huge game for Morgan Sikora. Huge.
Yeah, if they can extend this lead against a team of this caliber, what a big deal that would be. There's the great push overhead that they're using constantly. Just dumping it down there. Sort of baiting you almost to drive while they're on the net.
Advantage, Cooper Hanisch.
All Right? Yeah, keep your foot positive. There's nothing you can do there except move on to the next point. Just an error. Think it was leg cord?
I don't know. I mean, she
Deuce.
did kind of back up.
That was a great return.
Good
So
return.
low.
That time, Cooper hit it.
Cooper's like, you can get me twice,
Yeah.
but I'm on the third one. And I'd love to play, though, from
Yeah.
Morgan. Just all 3 times.
Oh, close. They're
This is where Hanisch is so good. You think that Sikora and Morgan have the advantage, and Hanisch closes right in,
Advantage,
reads
Cooper
it.
Hanisch.
I'm a sort of the belief, too, that you do the things that we talked about when you're playing against like a Johan Durant or even, yesterday I called Lefevre's match. You drive it at Hanisch some of the time because she might move. Ooh! Huh.
Sikora's
Swing and a miss.
pressing.
Game,
She's
Cooper
pressing.
Hanisch.
She's just on edge a little bit.
Morgan Sikora
The
leads
funny
the
thing is they're
second
getting
set,
some of the
3
breaks
games
they
to
need
2.
right now. She shouldn't
Cooper
feel
Hanisch won the first
that,
set.
she
6
has to
games
press
to
because
love.
things are starting to work in their advantage. They had opportunities there.
They set
Couple.
up points nicely there,
Yeah.
too. They used the return well. They got the positional advantage, but they just couldn't close it out.
No,
And
I mean, it comes down to what we were saying before. They really do have to become more error-free. I think if they were, they have that game. I mean, she ended up missing just a lob. There she missed the forehand. But, you take your – and they had one blitz miss. You take your chances. But if, to your point, if she is actually pressing, she should actually feel more comfortable now. They're
Yes.
ahead in the set,
Kill the lights.
Seems to be things are working. They're getting a couple of errors for Cooper and Hanisch. But I guess, the number 1 seed's the number 1 seed for a reason, and they put pressure on you.
Trying to see if,
All right, a little bit of quite a long conversation here getting ready. They got it worked out. There you go.
15 love.
that's a nice lob. See, she's pulling.
Oh, that's a great setup lob there. Beautiful. All right, so we just had another update. Elliott and Rodesno up 3-0 in the first
love.
set tiebreaker. So they're going at it over there, and we'll probably hear some shouts over our live stream from the pro Macy Elliott crowd. As I mentioned before, she's one of the professionals here at the Country Club of Darien, and I think it might be 4 love now.
I thought she missed that volley.
Oh,
but
did she?
I don't know.
Well, we'll get back to it, and we'll get more reports. Oh, she crushed that.
30-15.
That was a great strike. In this game, Lauren, it looks like they're deciding they're going to put more balls on Cooper. Oh, that's what you do not need up 30-15.
30-all.
Struggling your way into a match. Killer. But she just got to shake it off. And it does sort of let you know, as all the club players out there and other players who might be watching this, how prevalent footfalls really are. These are
Right,
the
how
best player
often
in
they
the
don't
game.
get called.
And We've seen two football calls in this one. Great
There's a volley.
attacking volley from Sikora.
40-30.
She sees Cooper, and that was a big time volley right after that unfortunate foot fault call. And it's just such a prevalent thing, it really is. And when you see it called like this, I mean, yeah, she might have just put her toe right near the line. She moves it a little bit, so you can see if you watch her feet, she just moves it a little. And it's the funniest thing at the, you've ever taught, at the club level. Calling foot faults is such a almost hard thing to do. If you're the person who says to the other guy, you're foot faulting, you're always the bad guy. They think you're doing, when in reality the person who's foot faulting is really the one breaking the rules. But it's tricky. It's
a hard thing to call when you're playing a match, but when there's an umpire there, you see how often it really doesn't get called when there's no umpire.
That was some serve from Sikora.
Advantage, Morgan Sikora.
That was a great serve. Puts an ace in at a crucial moment. Terrific.
Couldn't control that volley.
That's a great return. But they are getting a few more misses now from Cooper Hanisch. So they're in it here. Love to see him hold here. Sort of stay ahead. Oh, that's so spotted. Great position volley. Yeah, they're definitely playing more balls to Hanisch now. And then doing a little bit of the other play.
Did she make it?
Ball was good.
Ball was good. I couldn't tell if she was calling it or asking the umpire.
She was, she was asking.
Ball was good.
Advantage,
Great
Cooper
shot.
Hanisch.
Great shot.
Yep. Head out.
It's that out.
Morgan is.
I think she just lost track of the score.
Yeah, she's
the last
trying to
time
figure
they
it
had
out.
the break point, Cooper hit that great return and went back to deuce. That was just the deuce point there. So it is advantage for Cooper and Hanisch. Great lob. That's a terrific shot. She gets it to the screen, and that allows them the time to get in. Look at
tremendous
Hanisch.
lobbing from Hanisch.
Look at Hanisch just placing those lobs one after another. Watch, she'll hold this.
Yeah.
She's going down the line here. And if you think these are accidental, you'd be completely wrong. She is placing her lobs. She knows where they are at the net. She has a sense of it. And she's moving it from one side to the other. Here goes another one, right? Beautifully done. And she's going to wait till the right moment and then attack when they're off the net. Another great lob.
Now she's going to go over, Sikora's left shoulder.
And we're seeing what she's doing, right? She's moving one player up. So now, great first set battle over there. Zaborian Andreikova up 6-5 in the tiebreaker. So they're playing the battle, and so a set point for Zaborian Andreikova. But what a set over there.
Six all.
Yeah, I have to assume from the cheer of the crowd, what a volley from Allison Morgan.
Advantage, Morgan Sikora.
I think this game is big for Morgan Sikora to kind of stay ahead, you know.
Deuce.
7-6 in the tiebreaker for Andreikova Zabori.
Yep. Oh,
Nice and low for that
she
volley.
got down for that. That was a great return. Made it look easy. Switch at the net from Sikora and Morgan. And she's going, pushing up down the line over.
Left shoulder.
That's so
yeah.
good. Left shoulder, but then she'll go right to the other side and go
Advantage,
you know,
Cooper
left
Hanisch.
and right shoulder on Morgan on the other side of the court. Great spot drive there. Beautiful play, Morgan shifting into position. Do you love these harder overheads?
No.
Sure, I'm not sure I love them. Yeah.
It's just giving them Cooper and Hanisch pace to work with. I don't see the advantage of it. Like that.
Oof. She's wanted to speed the pace up. And I think they're trying to bait her into it, a weak drive, and go for the offensive volley. Oh, look at that lob. Pushes it down the line.
Another tremendous lob.
Yeah, this is a great point. That's a great point from all players. Look at Alison Morgan celebrating that battle. That was a great point. You know, because it's a lot of stuff that you can really take to heart. It's lobbing with position and placement. Morgan and Sikora trying to speed up the point, actually. You know, whether we agree or not, they did it with purpose. And now they're able to get the hold and get 2 lob errors. That was tremendous effort from them.
Second set, 4-2.
Because every time they did speed it up, they shifted over into position. They got up there. They were able to make the volley.
Yeah, they did a good job of getting back into position after all those hard overheads.
That's a fault again. She went with the hard one, though. But like we said, and this is one of the interesting things about, you know, they're the number 1 seeds, Cooper Hanisch. They're the, you know, you'd have to say they're the favorites here at Nationals. But the serve is the one area that can sort of go off the rails and really change that for them a little bit. Ooh, that was a tight one. It went in, and it worked to their advantage, actually.
30-15.
Because Morgan took like a half a drive there because she couldn't time it, and then Hanisch stuffed the volley behind Sikora.
$40-15.
Boy, is Cooper happy to get out of that game?
Cooper Hanisch.
Yeah, but she took it
Yeah.
okay. She
Morgan
fought
did
for
a
the
good
first
job.
one, got the
Yep.
rest in,
Second set,
and that was a
4
great
games to 3.
turnaround drive. She stuffed
Cooper
that
Hanisch won
right
the
at
first set.
Morgan.
6 games to love.
I think that's first set to Zabori and Andrekova, probably something like 10-8.
10-8 or something. Who knows what
in
that
the breaker.
was?
That was a real battle. I just saw a lob go out and saw Andrekova and Zabori celebrate. So they're going at it over there. I love it, and it looks like the points are just all in the balance. But this has turned into a great battle here too.
Well, that was just a key game with Cooper serving, not feeling super confident on her serve. That was the difference between going down 5-2 and being right in it at 4-3. Huge.
Well, the best part about it was she faulted the first one, but then came right
Yeah.
back, put all the
Yep.
others in the box. Good for her. Hanisch and Cooper are very disciplined. You're seeing any of those mid-court balls that are a little shorter, if they don't have the advantage, the ball's higher than the net, they're lobbing it. A lot of players would come in there and, rip a topspin and come forward. They're just playing super disciplined. And I love it. Oh, what a shot. I mean, just too
Love
good.
15. $15 all.
Well, we were just informed as we're slightly shivering on the booth. We were off air there for a minute, and we'll share a little conversation with you. The heat is actually off in the booth. The propane's out. Our little booths are heated. You can see them behind, and the wind is howling and just blowing cold air in here. So we're talking about snuggling. Oh, what a terrific
That's a vintage
drive.
Cooper kind of shot.
15-30.
I tell you, that heats thing up for them. That's unbelievable. She did one in the last game, too, to close it out. Beautiful ball. But that's where, they've been going hard at, Hanisch more, but Cooper 2 in a row now off the back screen just thumped them. So 15-30, I believe the umpire said. Oh, that's great.
15-40.
Yeah, so it's 15-40. Cooper Hanisch with 2 break points here. And the game scores 4-3 for Sikora and Morgan.
Yep. Nope, the other way.
So when you're on the score, take it off screen and then fix it and then put it on.
Okay, there we go. Now we got the score right.
Oh! Now she's done an amazing job
30, 40.
lobbing, but she is lobbing with such purpose. She's actually taking a measure of risk because she's not just trying to put these lobs in the court.
Right.
She is placing them to spots on the court. So you will see Hanisch miss a few.
Especially in the wind.
Yeah, and she has missed a couple, but she's not just putting it up. She's putting it into a place, which means she's likely to...
And she's missed very few.
Yeah, few, but she's missing a couple. Yeah, so we got a final. It was 11-9 in that tiebreaker. We also have some other scores in here. So Zaborian and Drikova taking the first set. Gio and Molenveld, well, they lost the first set to Dardis and Shea, 6-4. And Prop and Spiz won the first set against Delmonico Gebbia, 6-2, and I believe it's 3-all in the second there. So thank you for all those great reports. Missed roller there.
Game, Cooper Hanisch. Second set is tied
It's
4
4-all. See, now this is where you're playing the one seeds. You can't afford any of that. You have to stay tough.
That's why I feel like that game Cooper served at 2-4 was so big.
I think it was a big deal. Absolutely, no question. She played a great game.
Yep.
I love it. Cooper now ready for the Morgan drives. And there's the pressure and the tremendous net play of Hanisch. By every respects, Morgan and Sikora have the advantage there, and yet they can't get it by. Cooper cuts it off and forces Morgan to miss a volley.
She's not in position to hit that
No,
lunging.
if there's one
30,
thing,
12.
sometimes you can get Sikora reaching.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, her recovery from one to the other. So if you can move her well with the overheads, you might be able to force the errors that way.
Great serve, right in the corner. Well handled by Morgan.
Ooh, quick drive there from Morgan, and
30,
pushed it
15.
out. So great shot.
30-15.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no! She went for the drop, and I'm going to attribute that to Hanisch's speed too.
Yeah.
Just put a little extra pressure on the drop.
Yes, she saw Hanisch was coming in quickly and maybe took her eye off it a little bit.
Yeah, or just tried to make it too good, you know. But great job.
Okay, a game away from the
Game.
match.
Cooper
Yeah,
Hanisch.
and this is what the top teams do. There's
Yep.
a
They
reason
lead
why they're the
second
number
set,
1
5
seed.
games
You
to
know,
4.
they were down 3-1.
Cooper Hanisch won the first set.
And 4-2, and if you
And,
don't
yeah, and
take
that-
your
well, that-
opportunities,
To me, that 3-1 game was huge. Also, they had chances to possibly go to 4-1. They missed a couple of balls from Morgan Sikora. Now, look, this match is not over.
No.
They can still easily win this set. But if it goes the other way, I'm going to look at that one as one of the big turning points, that and the Cooper serve.
there's that great lob again.
Yeah, great lob, and then just
Yep.
sets up the screen drive, and Cooper's just been aces
Love
on that.
15.
That's her third in a row that she's just crushed. And then you get the hard overhead, and if you hit it near Cooper, that's just not a good idea.
And all that comes from Hanisch's lobbing
Yep.
so well.
That's a terrific first volley from Sikora there. Oh, tricky. I tell you, Cooper is just great because she hit
Love
basically
30.
3 balls out of the 20 that were hit, and she was ready for each of them every time. She had a good rolling backhand to mix up a drive in there, and then that ball comes her way and she puts it away. Tremendous.
Tough
Oh,
overhead.
terrific overhead at the crease.
15-30.
Hanisch almost comes up with it. So 2 points from the match here at 15-30 for Cooper and Hanisch. Then get this back to even, 30 all.
All.
Great play. Ooh, Caught that
Okay.
one late.
40-30.
And a game point for 5-all, Brad.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Oh, just Cooper, that's 7 in a row, just
Yeah.
crushing that forehand off the screen.
And finding her spots.
Oh, great fight there from Sikora and
Advantage,
Morgan, able
Morgan,
to transition
Sikora.
back. Find a way to win. Great volleying there. Look how ready Cooper stays, even though Hanisch is playing every ball. Not
And
that
that's-
easy to do.
That's what they want to do. I don't like that one, but they just want to
Oof.
give it to Cooper if she can't hit it. Well, 5-all. Good
That's
playing.
a great,
Game,
great hold
Morgan,
from
Sikora.
Sikora and Morgan.
Second set
Great
is
hold. They
tied,
volleyed
5-all.
terrifically there. All right, so
new
second
ball,
set
new ball, new
score. Proppinschmiz took the first against Domenico Gebbia 6-2, and it's 5-all now in the second. And Dardis and Shea are up 2-love in the second after losing the first set to Guillaume Malenveld 6-4.
No, they won the first set.
I mean, won in the first set. Sorry, 6-4.
Cooper testing out her new ball.
Oh, great stick. Great stick from Morgan there. She got in quickly,
15.
stuffed it. Oh. Oh, look at her. Keep moving her. That's terrific play.
15 all.
Dice them around. Perfect low little cut to the snowboard. This turned into a great match, Lauren. This set is awesome.
Oh, little hesitation there, Brad. She couldn't decide
30,
whether to
15.
volley it or half volley it, and it was deadly.
Yeah, and I think she actually overcooked it a little. She pushed
Yeah.
it out. And I'm going to attribute, again, part of it to the Hanisch presence. Feeling that she might cut across if you just push it over soft. That's dangerous. Yeah, gets away with that one.
These lobs are not as high and deep as Hanisch would like, or has been hitting them.
Yeah, I think, from what I've seen, them picking up the pace on the overheads has not hurt them at all to Hanisch, and it's getting her to be busier, move around more. And I think she is controlling the lob not quite as well, so love it. Good seam there. Oh, terrific playing
read
and
it wrong.
volleying.
Yeah.
30 all.
Great job from Morgan Sikora. Wow.
She got that?
Ace from Cooper.
30.
Wow, good.
That's tremendous.
That's good serving under pressure,
I mean,
Brad.
that's pretty pressure. 30 all, 5 all. Throwing in the ace. And Cooper is dialed in. But Morgan Sikora doing a good job not giving her many easy looks. Like the one she has to drive, she can place them, but she can't
And they're doing the double
smash them
closing,
down.
so there's no room for her drives.
They're volleying so well.
Deuce.
They've really turned around their game. I mean, it's night and day from what we saw in the beginning set.
And they have a different look about them. They look like they believe that they can win this.
This is Zabori and Androikova
Advantage
following up their
Morgan
first set
Sikora.
win, and they're up 3-1 in the second set against Elliott and Radesno. And 5 all Prop and Spiz now against Omanioko and Gebbia in the second set. Prop and Spiz won the first 6-2, and still 2-0 for Dardis and Shea right now after winning the first set to Guillaume Malin. I tried to give it to Guillaume Malin.
Yeah, you're tying.
3 times. Yeah.
Deuce.
Yeah, that's trouble. She just dipped that right at their feet.
Advantage Cooper Hanisch.
Yeah, the only play Morgan has there is to try to hit it, lob it up as high as she can, and then run away. But that was a terrific dipper by Cooper. Oh, great hold.
Great hold.
I mean, great hold.
Game,
I mean, a
Cooper
couple
Hanisch.
crucial
They
moments. I
lead
mean,
the
that was a
second
great
set,
move. She
6
could have
games to
closed in.
5.
She should have tried to body Hanisch with the
Cooper
ball,
Hanisch
but
won the first set.
she missed it.
6
I mean,
games to
it is
love.
what it is. It comes down to it now. And, it's all the key. We all know it's closing is the hardest thing of all. I love it. Morgan Sikora, another good conversation. Oh, they're so quick. Is there a better team in transition than Cooper and Hanisch?
No.
Yeah.
Both
15
in transition
love.
and against it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of works both ways, doesn't it? Right. When the other team's transitioning in, they find a way to win more points. Cooper dipping it in there. Hanisch actually staying in. We saw it in the last game, a crucial point for them on Cooper's hold. Great pace on that one. Terrific job.
30 love.
Okay, 2 points from a tiebreaker.
Yeah, let's go. I want to see a tiebreaker, actually. This has been a great set. Oh! That's a great angle up in our high camera there. Seeing those dunks.
Morgan was anticipating that.
She's fast.
Yeah.
Really
30,
fast.
15.
And she read that pretty well, too. She had a reasonable look and play on it. I think she might have looked up to see what happened.
Because she was there plenty of time.
She mishit it off the edge of the paddle.
Just caught the line.
Yeah. There we go.
30 all.
Tough lower than the net ball. She went for it. Just caught it in the top of the net. All right, so good game point here for
40,
Morgan
30.
Sikora. Elliot Radesno have broken it back there. 3-all now with Zabori and Andreikova in the second set after losing the first 7-6. Good bail there from Morgan and Sikora. They're going to keep pushing that ball towards the Morgan backhand. Yeah, but that's what they wanted.
They waited her out.
They just were keep baiting her, just keep pushing it there. We'll stay in position. We're going to see if you can beat us with your drive, and she's good on that one. Great play from Cooper and Hanisch. Great discipline. And they've shown discipline throughout the whole match. They've done a tremendous job.
A rare
right.
service error from
Advantage,
Allison Morgan,
Cooper,
and it's
Hanisch.
match
And
point.
now it's match point.
Just deep.
Oof, that was close.
Deuce.
That was tough. I couldn't tell from our vantage
Couldn't
point.
tell. But Allison Morgan makes very good calls. I'm sure it was out.
Oh, confirmed by the umpire. Good dipper there
Advantage, Cooper,
from Hanisch.
Hanisch.
Oh, reaching shot. Surprise, actually.
Deuce.
Haven't seen her take a shot like that the whole match where she was a little off balance. She definitely
It
thought
was a little low. It was a little low.
It was a little
yeah.
everything. I think she thought she might catch him by surprise, and it might have worked, but just the odds of making it go way, way down when you're hitting it like that. That's just so
It's just
good.
such a good play. I
just-
find that she does that on really big
Advantage.
points. She'll
Bread
blitz
butter.
then.
Right.
She really holds her nerve and goes for it.
And it puts the pressure on the other team. You know, she's just saying, go ahead. I'm really good at this blitzing thing. Let's see if you can get up and make a better volley than me. And frequently she doesn't, but she did it perfectly there, drove it down. And the only way to defeat blitzing a lot of times, well, I think Australian works really well. And a lot of times, the truth is you got to beat it to the net or keep the serve a little lower. I mean, you got to get in more. But she doesn't do it every time.
No.
She picks it out, as you said, Lauren, in these moments that are kind of crucial. She uses it to play in a pressure moment. Oh, no! It's a tough way to lose it,
Game,
Lauren.
set,
But
match.
great
Super
great
Hanisch.
comeback from Morgan Sikora.
Six
This
love,
set was
7-5.
extremely entertaining.
It was,
And they really found a way into it.
Brad, it was a really good match. We'll come back in a minute with some words and interview with our winners.
Terrific.
And right after here, we'll be back on the APTA Network presented by eNet Live.
The world of Rolex is filled with stories of perpetual excellence. For Rolex and tennis, the tradition began in 1978 and has grown to include the most iconic majors and tournaments since, supporting the legends, champions, and rising stars, committed to the future of the game. This is a story of perpetual excellence, the story of Rolex.
You can't put wings on a car. You can't see an accident coming. Or walk away from one like this. You can't make a car talk.
How can I help you?
You can't fight gravity. And you can't make one of the world's best SUVs even better. Go on, tell us what else we can't do. The all-new GLS.
Are you ready to go?
Possibly the safest, most spacious, most Mercedes SUV ever made. Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing. It's a 60-year love affair, as passionate as the day it began. It's where the dream and the reality are one and the same. It's safety in its most exhilarating form. It is the 2020 E-Class, the quintessential Mercedes-Benz, made new all over again. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Thank you to my.
You ready to send up to them? Get them closer together, and then I'll cue you. I just need them to scrunch together. They're fine where they're at. They just need to get close.
Okay, we're going to go out now to an interview. Brad Easterbrook is going to talk to our winners, the number 1 seeds, Florentina Hanisch and Annika Cooper.
As much as I can.
Brad?
All right, well, I'm here with our winners of our first women's quarterfinals here at the 2020 APTA Nationals with the number 1 seeds, Annika Cooper and Florentina Hanisch. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
So it was a really interesting match. You guys cruised to the first set, playing almost flawlessly, you know, with a 6-love win, and then little troubles as the second set goes along. What helped you through? And you were able to come back, basically, from down 3-1, a little bit down all the way, and then fight your way to a 7-5 victory. What helps you along to get there to the end or get you through those tough moments?
Having a great partner that's gonna make the next shot for you.
Having a great partner.
I definitely felt tight the whole match, and it helped that in the first set they were a little tight. Annika was playing extremely well the whole way, and with the win was a little tricky. I wanted to place well my lobs to set us up, but I couldn't really do it that well, so the lobs get shorter and shorter. But she was always positive, supportive the whole way, and that helped a lot.
Well, that's terrific. Now, Annika, you know, definitely at the time, towards the end, they were playing a lot of balls into your corner, and you were working to set her up. And you did an incredible job, like staying active and ready when the moments came for you. You were crushing the ball off the screens. How difficult is that to stay that mentally aware all the time when you're not playing as many balls all the time?
Yeah, that was definitely a focus of mine. I knew coming out we had a great warm-up. We played them, you know, recently a couple times, so we had our strategy, and we played super well, both of us, in the first set. And I knew, you know, that they were going to try to adjust, and they did. They switched sides in the second set, so we needed to adjust to that, and I knew they'd start making, you know, a few more balls that maybe they hadn't. And I knew if I miss a couple balls, I know my partner's right there to make, you know, the next one. And then if she misses, I'm right there to make the next one. So it's all the ups and downs. But I had it, you know, in my head the whole time to keep myself ready, you know, as if I'm hitting the shots that she's hitting during the point. That's the best strategy I think the advice I've had, you know, is to just pretend like I'm hitting that ball so I get the rhythm. Stay.
Well, you did it tremendously, and congratulations, ladies. So your next opponents will be the winners, Delmonico Gebbia or Prop and Spiz. Any thoughts on the next one, or you're taking them one at a time?
I haven't thought that far. Have you?
We played both teams, and we, you know, so we know their games, and we're playing really well right now. So we're really
Stick
confident.
with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. Congratulations to our first quarterfinal winners, the number 1 seeds, Florentina Hanisch, Annika Cooper. Good luck, ladies.
Thank you.
All right.